Hello everyone, this is Sandra from the DisneyCarToys channel, and today we're going to play with this special Crayola marker maker. This is a slightly different marker maker because it has these new wacky tips. With this set you can make 16 different markers, and it's a really easy marker maker. You can make each marker in just a couple minutes. So let's take our marker maker out of the box and start making some beautiful colors. Whoa, this marker maker is huge and it comes with so many pieces. Check it out. Here's where you put the color and the dye. There's the back of it, the marker container itself. Here's the maker, and then we have these like little measuring cups right here where we measure out the dye. And we have 3 different dyes, just the primary colors with red, blue, and yellow. And then this right here is our kind of color instructions. So it'll tell you how much of each color we need. We also have these handy little boxes which we can color later. That'll fit 8 markers in each one, so we can make 16, and then we have all these labels too. Now before we begin making our markers, we just have a little bit of setup. So we gotta press these little black buttons on the side and remove this tray underneath. And this is basically just a storage tray which we can use later when we're cleaning up. And then right here we have this handle which you have to put on, and we can open up the sides. This is where we store the markers when they're kind of drying and filling up with the ink. It's kind of cool. So it lies flat like this. You want to put it down all the way that would let you go down, and then we take off this front, and this is where we have tweezers to pick up the little ink filter, and then they actually pinch too. That's fun. And then we put our little beakers right there too. Now that we're all set up, let's begin. So first you put the little tip of your marker inside the skinniest part of your marker container like this, and it doesn't necessarily need to be in all the way because it will be pushed in later once we add the ink. So just put it right here in this little hole. And now we pick out our colors. I really like purple, and this dark purple actually looks really pretty. So let's do that one first. So to make our color purple, we need both red and blue, and on the little color guide, it told us that we need to fill up this little container to the line of 9 for red, and then you need to add 6 for blue. So basically, I just have fill this to the 9 line, and then we'll fill blue all the way up till we reach the line of 15. And you don't want to overfill it. You don't want to go past the line of 15. Once you have all of your ink in this measuring cup, you're supposed to drop in this little ink filter and see it sucking up the color. So let me lift it up so you can kind of see, almost looks like a dark purple blue color, and then drop it all the way in. And make sure you use your little tweezers that came with the set to kind of drop it in there. And you want to kind of drop it in slowly too. You want to leave your little ink filter in there for a couple of minutes once all of the ink is sucked up, and you can kind of see, the container's dirty, but all the ink is gone. It's totally in here. So you just grab your tweezers and you grab your little ink filter and you put it inside your marker capsule like this. Ta-da! It's already in there. And now we have this little cap. And you just need to put it on halfway, not all the way, because what we're going to do is use this little blue bar to push it down all the way. So just push, and you'll hear a couple little snapping sounds. And ta-da! Now our marker is totally complete. The lid is on the back. We just want to add the top cap and then put it in your little drying tray with the marker tip facing up. Ta-da! Now that we have made one marker, let's make another one, and I choose this little orange one where we need 9 of yellow and 6 of red. So let's fill it up, squeeze, and you can actually kind of squeeze it pretty hard to make it go faster to the 9 line, and then we'll fill with red to the 15 line. Just like our purple marker, I'm going to drop in this filter and let it soak up the color. You can see it's kind of like a reddish orange color. Looks really pretty. Let me drop it in all the way, and we'll leave it in there for a sec. Now you can see all the red ink is in the filter, so let's bring that up with the tweezers. You don't want to get ink all over your hands. Let me push it into our marker container, and then we'll put a little cap on the back end here. And to get it in tight, just push down this part. Use some muscle, and voila, we have a marker. We just need the cap, and this looks good. Let me just put it in our little drying rack right here. Let's make some more. I'm going to use a unique tip here. This one has kind of like two little lines that you can draw with one tip. It's kind of cool. So let me put it in there. And now we can see our little beakers are pretty dirty. So let me rinse those out and then we'll make some more colors. For my next two markers, I want to do just some simple colors. So I'm going to do a full yellow one. So just fill it up to the 15 line and then a totally blue one. Once I have the little filters added, we can watch the ink rise. Isn't that cool looking? And now that they're done, let me just grab them and put it in the little marker maker. Woo woo! Our final step with the marker making is adding the labels. So here's our blue marker, and it is really important to add the labels because once you make a lot of colors, it does kind of get confusing as to which color you have made because the yellow kind of looks like orange and the purple kind of looks like a dark blue, so it does get confusing. So let me add the yellow label here for our yellow marker, and we'll continue on. Now all four of my markers have labels. We still have to make more markers because I want to fill up both trays and fill up a box, and each box holds 4 markers. So I'm going to use my little color combinations and make 4 new markers. I'll be back in a sec. Voila! I just made the other set of 4 markers, so now we can color our box and put all the markers inside. It's really cool. You can color the back, but also you can write your name on the front here. So let me grab my blue marker and let me write Sandra, S-A-N-D-R-A, ta-da, and a little happy face. How cute. Isn't that adorable? Let me put the cap back on just so my marker doesn't dry out here. And now we can fill up my box. Let's just kind of make sure that we can fit all 8 markers in here. So let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's a red one. 6. I did a pink one. 7 and 8. I did a green one too. And we can just close it up if we want to. There we go. Looks really cool. I can't believe we made our own markers. Isn't that crazy? But let's now make our own case and try out our markers. So this right here is my orange marker, and it's one with the kind of funky cap that you can do all these different squiggly lines. Or if you're pretty good, you can just color it in too. So I'm just going to color it in, and we can kind of compare the colors to the other markers as well. Now let's try out the red marker, and this has a funky little tipped cap too, where you can draw tons of lines at once. Or if you press hard, you can color just one big line. So that compares the orange to the red. Now we'll do the pink here. And this has kind of just like a flat lined top. And this pink actually looks pretty close to the orange. It's like a cross between the orange and the red. So you can just see a tiny little difference. Now let's check out our other 5 colors. This green one has a really unique rounded top, so this is really easy to color with. And this is a really pretty green too, kind of like an emerald green. Let's do another one. This is the aqua color I made, and it's kind of like a grayish teal, I guess, to me. You can definitely see it's got some blue hints to it. It's really pretty. And now this is just a regular blue. So let's color this one in. And this has your typical marker top that you see in most of the Crayola crayons. I really like the blue color a lot. There we go. Perfect, perfect. Now we have just a couple more colors. This is my yellow, and it has like the 2 tipped top, which is kind of interesting, but it's a good bright colored yellow. I can't believe how well these markers work, and I kind of wonder if this is the same way they make them like in the factory. Who knows? Let's see. This is our purple one, and it's really dark. It's almost like to the point of brown. Maybe I should have made a lighter purple. Who knows? So now we can put all of our markers back in. These are really, really cool markers, and later I can make 8 more markers and fill up my other box. We still have half of the containers full, so we can make a lot more markers. Well, I hope you all enjoyed this video, and if you did, please give me a like, a thumbs up, and subscribe to the DisneyCarToys channel. And in the comments, let me know what color markers you'd make if you had this cool little marker maker. Click on a picture to watch another fun toy video, and click on the question mark to watch a mystery video. Thanks for watching, and have a great day.